to give these kids the opportunity to learn and play our game. We held our first clinic in Washington Park, thanks to Sloan Valley. We're going to work with Eddie Curry on tonight's honorees to get our game into the Catholic high schools and silver schools and make a big push for 16 and Saul to become an IHSA sport with a state championship at the end of it. And we congratulate Wayne for winning this year in the last inning thriller over Tampa. We have a committee in place to work on bringing the women's game back to the level that it was in the past. Last but surely not least, we need to work with the park districts and other organizations to provide more opportunities and facilities to allow children and adults with disabilities to play our game. It will take all of us in this room and help many others to achieve these goals. But it's doable. And I know we can do it if we get a lot of participation. I would like to take the time now to congratulate this year's major tournament champions and make note of some other special events this past year. The major SSA National Championship was run by Wismondo, also the best 12-inch team in the USA. The Pharaohs won the ASA title. The Hall of Fame celebrated our 10th anniversary of the Museum Open in Forest Park. Flashback won the Forest Park Championship again. We had another record crowd of over 100 golfers in our golf outing. Welcome you to join us in 2025. Quick commercial, we can always use sponsorships. And we'll be adding board members and looking for committee members. So if you're interested, please let me know. In closing, I would like to remember some of the giants of our game, true Hall of Famers on and off the field, who have passed away this year. The true loss for the Hall of Fame, 16-inch softball. Many of us personally, our friend, teammate, and board member Mark Forgiven. Unfortunately, we lost a new inductee, Gary Cloud, a few months ago. And we've also lost 3 other giants in our sport. Hall of Fame organizer, Dave Novak, who made the Forest Park the event of the year. Hall of Famer, Harry Lala Washington. Yeah. And a member of the very first year Hall of Fame class, 1996 inductee and original board member, Eddie Champ Sermon. Their passing will leave a void in the softball community, but they will never be forgotten. Our prayers and thoughts are with their families. God bless them all. And just a moment of silence. Now you're done listening to me. This night is all about you. This is what it's all about. You inductees and honorees. Special event for all of you, what you've achieved over your lifetime playing softball. Let's get on with what we came for. This is your night. So inductee Steve Castle, let's get it going.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Give Paul another round of applause. He does a great job. Keep this thing together. Matt, filling this room tonight with 450 plus. We really appreciate it, folks. It's a big night, and it's fantastic to do this. So we're going to get the recognitions underway. Reminder, 3-minute max thank you speech. Got my timer right here. You're going to see these things going off. Plus, of course, you have a disease or something, you need a little more time, we'll understand. But hopefully we do the 3-minute speech, and then after getting your trophy, we ask you to take a picture with Paul, exit stage right. It's always the MC's right. Left? We're going left, okay. So that's the order of business. And audience, please keep your noise respectfully down during the next 75 minutes. We want these people to be honored and heard. So we appreciate that. Don't forget the auction, silent auction out there. We need some names. So when you go out to go to the restroom and go get a drink or something, please check out the far room to my right. And there's some great autograph items there, tickets to Chicago sports teams, some great golf courses to play. Paul's own private club that I love. I still got to get there. It's an awesome place in Michigan City, and so take advantage of some of those things and help us raise some money so we can keep this Hall of Fame museum and these special events going. All right? Here we go. We all know ladies first, especially if she is an outstanding player in the 80s and 90s who played in the best teams in the sport. She may also have been the MVP of the Legends game this year as one of the pitchers. The Hall welcomes Laura O'Green Wilson.
I've started softball when I started at the age of 5. My mom was my coach, and I have been playing it and loving the sport ever since. I still love to play the game. I love to teach people to play. When I turned 18, we no longer had 12 inches of softball for my age, so I moved to 16-inch and fell in love with the sport all over again. It's been whirlwind of fun, and I made a lot of friends, a lot of people, played on a bunch of awesome teams with some awesome players. Rosie, Maria, Emily.
They know who they are.
Now, scared hitless. So I had to stop because I want to say something else. I still play a 14-inch league in was Crestwood, now it's in Tinley Park with High Times. I love playing in the YB. It's a special game and tournament for me. I have 2 aunts and a cousin that are all breast cancer survivors. So just keep up the great work, and I just want to thank everybody for the opportunity to be here, and the amount of teams that I've played on are way too long for me to list.
Once again, Laura O'Gene Wilson. Fantastic. We're going to get to the 2 Richard J. Daley winners who have indeed been successful inside and outside the lines. First one has not only been a good player, but today is a fixture at most of the games being played in leagues and SSA tournaments. Love the fact that he has over 100 team jerseys. A diehard. Wish we had more fans like him. The Hall honors Joseph Polito.
Matter, you better put your goggles on too. Motherfucker.
I'm gonna try. Switch them in the center.
All right, here we go.
Come on, Joe.
Good evening there, everyone. First of all, I
I want to thank Paul Rowan and the Hall of Fame board members, and especially I want to thank Ted Caputo, Richie Hennessy for sending my biography, and all the SSA board members for their support. When I ever first received a phone call from Paul Rowan, damn it,
So it's great. I love it.
nervous as hell.
Come on, Joe.
For me, it was a dream come true to be honored in the Hall of Fame. I've been a true supporter of 16-inch softball all my life. I enjoy the game, and I especially love watching the game. I've been watching the game since the early 70s, so I've seen a lot of great softball players in my life. I'm very excited to be in the Hall of Fame with some great men and women. I want to personally thank all my friends that came to dinner, celebrating me being inducted into the Hall of Fame, especially having my son and daughter here in attendance. There's a piece of the puzzle that's missing here tonight, and that is my wife, Pat. But I know she's looking down on me from heaven. And I want to end this with something my wife used to tell me all the time. She said I watch too much softball. She said, Joe, you need help. Thank you very much.
Let's put the standing ovation. Let's put it there. Our second daily award winner for his off-the-field efforts has been a credit to the game for 24 years as the administrator for Chicago Public Schools, keeping our sport alive, running the leagues, and the recent Chicago championships. This person is a sidebar. I hope we can see the Catholic League versus public schools one day. The Hall honors Eddie Curry.
I'm here tonight to say that I want to thank you all for being here tonight. And I want to bring up something that I've been very blessed the last couple of years. I got an Illinois Baseball Hall of Fame ring here, and Softball Hall of Fame ring here. So, the first administrator for Chicago Public Schools to ever pick up 2 Hall of Fame rings and inducted back to back like I've been these last couple of years. I want to thank a few people. Thank my Heavenly Father for putting me around such great people. I want to thank Chicago Public Schools for putting me in a platform that I have produced over 140,000 kids into the world of 16-inch softball. And that number is still going. So I have a table of my family over here. My wife, we've been together 53 years. I have my oldest son and his wife. My youngest son is out of town, and my 2 grandkids. And I just picked up a table full of new friends over there. But I'd like to thank Chicago Public Schools and the sport, the office of sports administration for being the backbone of 16-inch softball. I was introduced to this game in 1963. I was in 3rd grade at this particular time, and I loved it then, and I still love the game now. I played professional baseball, so I've been at that level of loving sports all my life. But 16-inch softball is something special, and I want to keep this game going for Chicago Public Schools, and we're going to fight being called. We're going to fight like hell to make this a state program. And just want to thank you all again for being here tonight and enjoy this great evening.
Eddie Curry, one of our daily award winners. Thank you, Eddie. Time now to get on to the team awards. Our first team to be recognized as an outstanding group of ladies from the Northwest Side that dominated in the 90s and also the early 2000s. Tough not to let them in with the slogan, win or lose, we booze. And all recognizes the luxuries.
This is never cracking, so you know. I'm gonna wait for you all to get up here to support me. But talking about promoting the game, there is a league that I don't think too many people know about. My school league has 16-inch softball for the boys, and it's about 10 teams that play against each other. But when they get to high school, they're suburban, so they're not playing anymore. But that's something that we can promote and get out there. So I coach it, by the way. So just gonna put that out there. And now I'm gonna start our speech. There's a quote that says, when you give a ball, you give her more than just a ball. You give her a sport, a talent, hope, dreams, friends, a new family, a place to I wish it was over. And early in life, someone gave us a softball, and we started playing 12-inch in little leagues, and we went out to play in high school. And then someone gave us a 16-inch softball, and all our lives were forever changed. We no longer use gloves and became one with our hands. We learned to catch the rock-hard clincher in the palm of our hands, and so our love for the game began. It began for the Lushes at Park called Chauvin, and our team back then was called Armed and Dangerous. And let me tell you, this team was neither armed nor dangerous. So when I searched for a more fitting name for a bunch of girls who ruled the dance floor on the ladies' night at Devon's on Cicero and Addison with a coach named Mushroom, so began the Lushes back in 1990 when I was 18 years old. Our team started with 3 sets of sisters, one of them being my own, who's here on stage, and another set, Julie and Donnie, who are also here on stage, and a bunch of friends who became the best friends a girl could ever have. I would like to thank Mushroom for coaching us for as long as he did in those early years, and I would also like to apologize to any team that encountered him, as we were somewhat raw in our early years. Give a girl a softball, and she would win championships. And win championships we did. Oriole Park Floorball, Shavona Park, Reese, Schiller, Franklin, Norwich, and Ellis Park. Give a girl a softball, and she will leave her legacy. We sang numerous softballs to give to our sponsors. Eddie Devlin at BB Devlin's, Tommy's and Higgins, T&T's, Lefties, Shotsies, Gus and extra innings, keepers, teasers, rabbits, Bobby K's, any sexual problem here, and our guy Richie at Richie's. Give a girl a softball, and she will win tournaments. And that she will never forget. Shimona Park, the White Meat, Mount Greenwood, and the old snowball talk tournament at Grand Park. Exactly. Thank you. Give a girl a softball. It's almost over. And she will get into fights in the bathroom with the other team.
You got 18 minutes.
Give a girl a softball, and she might come home after a night from the sponsor and take down her whole Christmas tree. Give a girl a softball, and she might just be the love of her life who also plays the game she loves.
Okay.
And I'd just like to add a few thank yous. Our big name sponsors, back in the day, Mike North and the Mike North Show, Terry Malarkey and Terry Malarkey Distributors. I'd like to thank Aaron Staff for keeping the team going after I was too busy with my own kids. To the Team Chaos, who came to play with us to help us win many leagues and tournaments. My big sister Tracy, who told me to come out and try 60 softball. All my luscious here, whoever bring my friends to go places. To Big Bush, our coach, my voice flashback, and the 60-inch Hall of Fame for giving us this moment.
Congratulations to the Lakers.
Yeah, Rick.
I feel like with the Academy Awards, just every 10 seconds, that music gets a little louder and louder and louder. For the record, she only went a minute 44 over, so that's fine.
You up there?
So yeah, there's some clocks here, everything with a teleprompter.
The bright side.
Never come off.
Like a fucking ape.
Our first Wall of Fame recipient is an outstanding infielder who's playing with a multitude of teams, including 4 Hall of Fame teams over 40 years. Even ran his own league, his own team called Ice House in the TV league that I announced in White North back in the day. And he participated on more than 30 title teams. Associate Softball Hall of Fame welcomes Ron Rinston.
This is not 3 minutes, this is 25. I'm legally blind. First, I'd like to thank God for allowing me to play this great game for over 40 years and counting. Also, need to thank my parents, my dad for introducing the game to his 4 sons, by having a 16-inch ball in the house, coaching us on our first team, and like all 16-inch players, sharing their stories with us. And my mom, who's in attendance tonight. Your influence goes beyond any sport, but I would like to thank you for your patience and understanding that you showed throughout the years when we had to leave or come late to dinners or family gatherings. First starting Little League baseball and then softball. And for putting a smile on my face for about the last decade or so, every spring asking me, are you still playing? I also like to thank my original teammates, my brothers Bob, Rick, and Russ, who along with some neighborhood friends formed some pretty good teams called the Riffs and the Hooligans. We played some pretty good park ball. And also the teams and teammates that I've played throughout the years, starting in parks with the Riffs, the Hooligans, Cheap Shots, and the Leprechauns, the Jinx, Magic, Bankroll, and Crush, and with about a dozen other teams in between them. We had great times on the field, and yes, great times off the field when we had a few. Most of the time, maybe two more of a few than pops after games and tournaments. Some of those teammates are here tonight, including 2024 inductees Tom Nepety, Matt Dosen, and Pete Raines. Also Steve Cuss, Dave Radzicki, Tommy Babick, Danny and Shane Wellner, Brian and Lee Fry, Darren Nepety, Larry Babiar, Mickey Gillespie Jr. And if I'm thinking teammates, guys who run teams, I can't forget about Rich Hennessy and Mickey Gillespie Sr., who got this whole process started. Would also like to thank Paul Rowan and the Hall of Fame Committee for allowing me to get in. And lastly, to the geniuses who came up with the Hall of Fame. I need to thank them, because we all know the 5 or 10% of the people, the players who play this game, who are head and shoulders above the rest of us, deserve to have a Hall of Fame, and they deserve to be in a Hall of Fame. But it's nice that some of the 90% of the other people who play the game, who play just as much heart and passion, also be recognized. So I thank them for that. And congratulations to our class of 2024. Enjoy the rest of the evening.
Well said, appreciate it. Next 2 inductees are players. First is from the South Side and was a very good lefty power hitter, played short center on a variety of outstanding teams, including the Rebels. He has won numerous All-American and Most Valuable Player honors and won a couple of A national titles. The Hall welcomes the guy who's no longer a deputy, he's raised to sheriff, Tom Nepety.
Forgot to mention the rebels. So, I'd like to give a couple thanks. Nikki Gillespie for fighting so hard, finally getting me in the hall. It's a great honor. I'd like to thank my family, actually. I was kind of absent for most of the 90s and the early 2000s, playing ball multiple times a night and most weekends. Best times of my life, though. Made a ton of friends. I should apologize to a lot of the umpires. Jimmy, you were talking about that earlier. Wherever you're at. But outside of that, that's it. I'm honored to be in this thing, and appreciate it for having me.
Right on. That was the hardest thing in his life, right?
Next inductee, outstanding outfielder and hitter, was on too many national teams to mention, including being MVP at the Forest Park Nationals in 2010. He was also a founding father of the SSA. The Hall recognizes Anthony Tyler.
I don't have a speech, but I do have some things to say. First off, I'd like to thank the Hall of Fame for giving me 3 minutes to do this 20-minute speech. I want to have special thanks to my family, especially my better half, Francine, my 4 kids, Jake, Ellie, Abby. There's so many pitchers, players that I want to thank for getting me to this point. Too many to name. So I want to tell you guys a quick story of one of the first times I felt like I belonged at this level. It was the year 2000. I was playing with the Bucks. We're playing in a state tournament in Mount Prospect. It was a night game. It was the winter bracket championship game. I'll fast forward to it's bottom of the 7th, 2 outs. Bucks down 1. Next up to bat, in the 2, 3, 4, and 5, got Keith Filkins, Jeff Berger, John Wolnick, and then myself. Keith Filkins leads off, line drive, base hit to right field, yells, "No!" Anybody who knows? Next up, Jeff Berger hits a laser double in the left center. Ron Kubicki holds Keith up at third base. Next up to bat, John Wolnick. I'm thinking to myself, game over. This is easy, game over. Until the 45s, who we were playing, called a timeout. That's when I knew they're gonna walk John to get to me. And they did. Jeff Berger's on second base, I'll never forget. He probably remembers. "They wanted you, Ty. They wanted you," yelling at me. So now I'm all amped up, fired up. First pitch, grand slam, home run, win the game. That's not where I felt like I belonged. So now we walk off the field, we go into the parking lot, and I'm starving. Needed something to eat. So I say, stand pat. Eating. So now we're sitting around talking about the game. Jeremy Lafrano says to Keith, "Hey, why'd you yell no when you got the base hit to right field?" Like I said, I got a million people to thank. A lot of them are here right now. I'm gonna walk around and thank you guys all personally. personally. You guys know who you are, especially my flashback crew.